Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ants Underground Kingdom. This is going to be a video about what to buy if you buy anything and how much things actually cost. Because it is a gacha game and it can be very deceptive. Let's get into it. Alright, these monthly plans here are pretty efficient. I would recommend getting the insect growth plan before anything else, because you tend to need insect materials and stars and stuff more so than you'll ever need eggs or any of this other stuff, really. If you're going to spend money on another one, get the special ant growth plan. That's just in general their monthly plans. Light contract I generally would not recommend, but since they added in the exotic shells, it can be kind of worth it. At that point you're already going, what, $75 a month? You know, that's already quite a bit. So I'd recommend just going insects growth plan. In here right now I have a special season supply. I might get this, but the $1 for 7 days for the strongest Warzone supply is generally worth it. I'll probably pick that back up after this video, but that essentially adds another $4 a month. So just keep that in mind. Alright, and outside of that we have the pack shops here. These one-time offers, they're good if you want to get the ant. It makes it a little bit cheaper for whatever ant you're going for, but you need to buy the entire month plus VIP store packages for this ant to get the ant and the copy. And we'll get into that in a second, about how much these ants really cost. Limited time offer, this is really up to you. One of the biggest funnels in this game is the exotic shells here. So if you want, spend that $15 for the exotic shells every month. That'll help you out quite a bit, but you know, it's already a significant amount more. Everything builds up pretty quickly in this game as far as how much you can spend, so be careful with your spending, guys. I got season specials right now. I'm not really going to get into that. All these are basically optional for you. I mean, just look at the efficiency for every product. You know, we have a 3 to 5 efficiency here, 7 to 20, slightly less efficient, actually quite a bit less efficient on this next tier. Just keep that kind of stuff in mind, right? Usually the cheaper packages are going to be more efficient, but you know, they only let you have one a day. You'll have to be patient if you want to be consistent with these cheaper packages. Okay. Resources, don't ever buy resources, it's a waste. The stuff under the special ants, you might need to buy these later just to change things around. So that's kind of specialty buys here. Special ant development, these are generally not really worth it. With SVS, you get plenty of spores and all this. I wouldn't spend this kind of money right here. This is for Lost Island, don't worry about that. Mutations. These cheaper packages are obviously the most efficient for mutations. You can spend however much you want on mutations. This is something you'll build up over time regardless. Insects. It's the same case as everything else. You'll get all these materials over time, but you can speed it up by spending. What would I recommend spending on in here? The cheaper packages, as always. These Ascent shells for $10, or all these exotic fodders for $5. The more expensive packages, they just get less and less efficient. You can see the general premise here, right? As you go more expensive, the packages get less and less efficient. So, anthill development, not worth it ever, really. you'll get tons of remains and everything if you're doing the server versus server event. Don't buy them. These specials, I bought a couple of these worker ants, but honestly I have 6 now and that's enough. Would I recommend going up to 8? No, I wouldn't. These other packages, you can buy this every week. It can help you get a couple more 1,000 points in the underground cave per week, and that's that's really up to you. It's at least it's okay, and it's only weekly. These $20 for a skin, that's not bad. At least it's a one-time purchase. Any of these orange skins, it's literally $500 for a skin. I would never get it, honestly. And those are the pack shops. Now, in these events, we have an event currently going on. There will always be 6-star insects. Sometimes there'll be 7-star insects. And there'll be paid ants, expensive paid ants, or cheap paid ants. And I'll tell you the difference in price with these. Okay? Each copy of these 6-star insects are going to average out to be about $130 to $180. Okay, for 6-star insects. If you buy one thing in this game, I would recommend you buy an insect. Now, let's look at the insects here. New insects are always going to be 7 stars, and those are going to be between $250 and $300 for a new insect. And here's the new insects right now. I would recommend this blue beetle before. If you're going to be a mostly free-to-play player and buy one insect, I would say probably get this blue beetle right here for $250 to $300, or get this wasp right here, which is going to be a 6-star, and that's going to cost you between $130 to $180. In general, the top insects for a type is going to be that $250 to $300 price range. Right now, that is this blue beetle, this orange beetle for guardians, this whip scorpion for carriers, or actually you can get devil flower. Shooter's a little weird right now. I suspect they're about to release another insect for them that'll be in the higher price range. Now at 6 stars, which honestly, if you're gonna buy one thing, the best value is probably a 6-star paid insect, because these insects will buff you past any free-to-play insect player essentially can get to, right? And here's all the 6-star insects you can buy. Keep in mind, this will be between 130 to, if you're really unlucky, 180. But the wasp for universal, okay, you can get that. The stag beetle, he's alright. This iron beetle here, this devil flower. This is actually one of the biggest boons to a shooter player. I would recommend getting the devil flower 6-star, the wasp 6-star, or the blue beetle at 7 stars, but this is obviously more expensive. This emperor scorpion, it'll come in at 6 stars too, so you can get that cheaper. And this crab. Now, this crab you can get cheaper, but it's set up to be purely a helper. So I would not get the crab as a main insect. I would not get the emperor scorpion as a main insect either. You'll be better off as a carrier player with the wasp as a main than the emperor scorpion. Okay. As far as main insects go, you can use wasp, the blue beetle, orange, whip scorpion, or iron beetle, or devil flower. Outside of that, you know, these three, the stag beetle, the emperor scorpion, and the Potomidae, are essentially meant to be helper insects. So if you're gonna buy one insect, I would not buy one of those 3. Okay. But anyways, that's the price for insects. Let's move to special ants, and this is when it gets crazy here, guys. Special ants here. All right. So a lot of these I'm not gonna have, obviously. Here we go. Here's the paid ants section. Alright, and I do have 2 paid ants. One is kind of in the expensive category, and one's in the cheaper category, and I'll tell you the difference in price with those. In general, at least. Alright, so here we are. Here we're at the paid ants. Alright, all these guys on the first 2 row, and this ant is normally on these first 2 rows as well, the Feodal. Okay. All these guys. The Atta, Formica Clara, Crimson Pearl, Mimarashne, Formicaria, Myrmecotypus retinmarii, Lathysnither, Ghost Ant, Proata, and the Feodal Neotnary. These are all expensive paid ants, guys. It's going to be $250 to $300 per copy. And to get to 8 stars, it costs a total of 6 copies. A lot of people only go to 7 stars, and that costs 4 copies, right? So you need 2 copies at the get-go, because you need the dupe of the ant for it to be effective whatsoever. So that puts the price at any of these at a minimum of $500 to $600, right? And then to star up that to 1 to 4 stars, it'll cost another $250 to $300. And then at 5 stars, another $250 to $300. And well, 5 to 7 stars, okay, you can get for that price. If you want to go crazy and make it 8 star, that costs 2 more copies. So that's going to be another $500 to $600. Well, I'll put the totals up on the side, but essentially, to make the ant usable, total of $500 to $600. To star it up, you're at $750 to $900. To 5 star, you're at $1,000 to $1,200 on average for any of these big boy massive paid ants. Okay, and then if you want to go 8 stars, I mean, come on, it's insane. $1,500 to $1,800 for an 8 star ant. Okay, and that doesn't include Awakening, which will eventually be released for all of these, but we'll get into Awakening a little bit later. So just for stars, we're talking $1,500 to $1,800 to make it 8 stars. All right, and then there's the cheaper paid ants. That includes the golden venom here. Where's the other ones? Golden venom, Banshee Panda here, or I actually have one, I think, or the Dark Hercules here. The price for these cheaper paid ants is going to be it's going to be that average, just like the 6 star insect, at $130 to $180 per copy. So if you do the math for that, you need to even start. That's going to be $260 to $320 to have a usable ant. And then for 1 star, that's $390 to essentially $500, whatever. I'll be more specific on the side. And then what? For $520 to whatever for 5 stars. Okay, which is significantly cheaper than these big boys up here. But are they really worth it? In most cases, not really. You can get free ants that are just as good as these cheaper paid ants, and The awakenings for these are the same price as the expensive paid ants. So, are they worth it? I would recommend just sticking to free ants instead of these cheaper ones. If you're gonna get a paid ant, go all in on one of these expensive ones. Now you have the price, and that's not even the full price. There's another thing called awakening. Alright? Awakening right here. How much does this awakening cost? Well, to start, there's an event. It's called Bees something event. And this event is going to cost you about $100 to $200 per awakening, depending on how lucky you are. Alright? And really, for these ants to be effective, you need to get the awakening. So that adds another $100 to $200 to the price, right? And that's for the first awakening. Well, there's multiple awakenings, okay? To get to level 2 awakening, it costs 2 of these, so that's $200 to $400. And then to get to level 3 awakening, this is a free ant, which, by the way, all free ant awakenings are free. You get them out of the cave. This is why I recommend getting an insect, and that will help you more than anything else as far as, you know, how much effect your money is going to have on the game. But anyways, here we go. I have a level 2 right here. To get to level 3, it's 2 awakenings. So for a paid ant, that's another $200 to $400. And I actually don't have a level 3 awakening yet, but I suspect the last one's going to be more than 2, so we're going to say if it's 3, which I'm going to guess it's 3 or 4. If it's 3, that's going to be another $300 to $600 to fully awaken it. Okay. It adds up, right? Would I recommend getting a paid ant? No, probably not. Because later, in the Lost Island event that I'm at right now, there are similar powered ants, essentially, to these paid ants. Okay? And these you never have to pay for. You can buy eggs. I mean, hell, if you spent $2,000 on eggs, I'm sure you would get all the ants that you would want. And then you wouldn't have to pay extra for their awakening, etc. But yeah, that's gonna be your price if you go into a paid ant. You can be a very, very strong player getting a paid insect and no paid ants. Okay, guys? I'll make another video about the strongest lineups for free-to-play or mostly free-to-play players. There you have it. That's your comprehensive guide to how much stuff costs in this game. I'll see you next time. Don't go spending all your money, guys. Okay? Please. Or do. I don't really care. I'll see you next time.